Can you say that again, please?
The way their offense came at you, they made some run at you in the third quarter. Look at the way you guys responded and made some key plays to get the win.
Um, I think it was a great effort in the end of the game. I think it came down to that. I have to watch the film to really assess it. I think situationally we could have been better. Um, yeah, I think we could have executed better in some situations, handled some situations a little better. But I just can't get off of Nakobe and the play he made at the end of the game. It's a hell of a play, a big time moment, and my perspective, it's, you're kind of gearing and you're trying to be prepared. You're playing the next play and you want to be ready for the guys out there. And it was a tough one. We had to dig deep, different challenges that we had to face, but I'm just proud of, proud that we found a way in the end. I can't say it was a complete complimentary, a game full of complimentary football, but we found a way to win.
What'd you make of Saquon's jump?
Sorry?
What'd you make of Saquon's jump?
Yeah, God has blessed Saquon with some special things, and I really genuinely pray he continues to use those things in the fullness of him and, give him the glory with that because there's special stuff he's capable of doing. So, we just need him to continue to be that type of player.
What's significant was your pass and catch by Devontae there at the end? I mean, what did you kind of see on that play?
Sometimes I think people don't really credit. I think people don't take into notice of how much lack of vision a quarterback does have in certain situations. And I didn't have great vision on him, but I think it's the number of times that we've repped those types of routes. Having feel for him, I think it's a thing of connection as well, and then put it in a spot where he can only get it, and then him making a hell of a play. I think about something similar where, we had that same type of play versus Dallas last year on the other side. Something very similar where he was able to get his toes down and secure the catch. And, I think out there tonight we saw three outstanding plays by, three different individuals, but it all helped us win the game, and I'm happy at that. It gave us momentum, it gave us spark, and I think we just need to continue to build off of that.
What significance does it hold with you that Saquon had the performance he had today on the day that the franchise honored LaShawn?
I can't give you too much on that one. It's a great game for Saquon.
Why don't you think that Tush Push work today works so often, like 90% of the time, it's rare that a team will stop it?
Well, I gave them a lot of credit this week when you guys didn't want to ask me questions about the defense. So it was a really good defense, and they challenged us, and they showed up situationally up front. I said they had a great front seven. They had really good edge rushers, and they affected the game. They posed a challenge for us, not only on that play, but, a lot of other plays in the game, too.
You said situationally it could have been better. What specifically are you referring to there?
Fourth down. How we execute in those moments, how we manage those moments. And then obviously we want to end the game on our terms, and I don't think we did that. I think that's something that you don't want to deal with that. Not as a quarterback, and I think not as an offense when you have an opportunity to do something. So we just need to learn from it. Learn from it. I think that the biggest takeaway for me is it's an encouraging thing because, from this to this point, we've been able to learn from our mistakes, and we've shown that, and we've grown, and we've continued to excel. And I think there will be a lot of takeaways and a lot of opportunities to learn from what we experienced today, good, bad, or indifferent. So I think we can't be foolish about it, and let's just let it be what it is. That's not the approach. There's no satisfaction in anything. I'm not satisfied by anything we had some great moments out there today, but there's more for us to do. And so, you know, don't be a fool and not learn from your mistakes. You know, let's learn from them and be intentional about that and give your best and put your best foot forward to continue to progress and win.
When you said you didn't have great vision on Smith, could you just take us through like your vantage point, like what you saw, how you navigated that?
So you, I mean, they can play one high or two high, you know, and it's a different variation of two high that they can play, you know, quarter halves or cover two, or just straight quarters, or you know, a bracket essentially, kind of something like man. But they were in quarters, and I had one-on-one outside, and a lot of double moves are similar in the sense of timing, vision, where your eyes are, and the type of ball you want to throw. And when you're in that fringe area, like 20 to 30, I don't remember I think it's 20 to 30 range, somewhere around there. Some of those balls got to get up and down. And so it was a ball that I got up and down. Didn't have great vision on Devontae, but I knew where he was going to be. I have to see if it was a ball maybe I could have gotten up earlier, but you know, I threw it to a spot where he can only get it, and that's a hell of a play he made. That's a hell of a play he made. I've seen him make that play in practice. I've seen him in the back of the end zone stick one hand out there and make that same very play. And so that's what I'm most excited about. I've experienced those same things with AJ, where he catches a back shoulder ball, one hand, in Washington last year. Well, I saw him do that same Thursday. You know, so there's a lot of things that we go out there and we rep, and it's off of feel, it's off of timing, and there's some times where, you know, the vision isn't there. You know, sometimes you have a tackle, you have a guard in your face, or you have pressure, or you don't have the greatest vision on it. But those are the things that I have to overcome to go out there and execute, and that's the challenge that I'm faced with. But I think in a moment like that, to overcome the flag before the game, to overcome everything, I think that's just I think that's great team ball. I think that's great trust. I think that's great, you know, continuity between Devontae and I, and you know, I'm just happy. I'm happy it was a big play in the game that helped us win.
On that same note, Saquon talked about how much you guys rep that wheel route, the one where you hit him on the touchdown. So how much does the trust factor and play into it with you when you're kind of throwing it to those guys? I mean, Jahan, same thing. You know, this is a guy that you don't typically throw to him a lot.
I think trust, continuity. I mean, these are all words that I've said 1,000 times, and they're not foreign to you guys. Those things are important. Those things are important for success. You know, we go to UCF or we go to Houston, we're working these same routes. And so that's a hell of a play by him on a safety. You got a back matched up on a safety. That's you know, some may say that's not a favorable matchup, but he made a play. And you know, it's a thing of continue to build in your repertoire. And I know, you know, there's a lot made up about a lot of different things, but ultimately, you saturate yourself in something, and you just continue to build. You continue to build, and I think for that example, that's something that he came out the gate in week 1. He made a great play like that. You guys remember the stadium practice where Kenny made the same play down the sideline in a 2-minute situation in the stadium practice, and now Saquon had a chance to make, and that was a hell of a catch. It's a play that he's made, but that's a play that he's repped. That was a play that he had confidence in, and I had confidence in, and so it comes down to, you know, like that 1,000 kicks rule. You know, do you fear the man that has practiced 1,000 different kicks, or do you fear the man that has practiced the same kick 1,000 times? We want to be a team that can be multiple, attack teams in different ways, but also be really, really good in whatever we choose to do. And so we just have to continue to navigate what it looks like to continue to get synchronized in those things so we can play to the fullness of what we're supposed to be.
Followed up on Devontae, the touchdown, a couple plays before that, when you had a clearer picture of the deep shot, at least somewhat clear. What goes into that? You seem to have a knack for throwing the deep ball.
That's the first time I've heard that. You know why? Say I can't.
Who said you can't?
Hey,
Who said? I'm saying you can.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's a great. That's another one. I think you're talking about the one on that same drive.
Yeah, 46.
So that was one that that I struggled with in practice all week. I had the opportunity to AJ in practice, had the opportunity to Smitty in practice, and didn't hit it right. You know, it just wasn't clicking. You know, but we repped it and we talked about it and we put time into it, and we were able to execute it in a crucial moment. You know, and I think just a great overall effort from everyone. You know, Smitty trusting the ball to get to him and creating that separation and making a play and then making another amazing play in the red zone. I just think it took us all. You know, it took us all from protection to how we blocked up front in the run game, how we protected, how we made plays at the wide out position. I think this win took everybody. You know, and when one man was down, it was tough, but the next man stepped up, and I think that's the exciting thing. Like I said, I'll bring it back and wrap it up here, but in terms of playing complementary football, I think it wasn't the cleanest game in that realm, but I think we had each other's backs, and I think that's the thing that matters the most. Guys showing up and having their teammates back. And we just want to continue to build off of that and have everyone accept their roles given in each given game, and you know, keep moving forward and keep pressing along. But we aren't satisfied. There's a lot to learn from. We'll put a 24-hour rule on it and enjoy it for this time being. And we know we got a big one on the road that we need to go get.
Thanks, y'all.